A disciple of a guru was very mischievous. He used to talk all the time. He used to talk about random things all day long. He used to go to beg for alms. So he would bring a new story from every house and narrate it to the other disciples of the ashram. He would badmouth one disciple to another. I would praise myself with my own mouth. And I would try to be good in front of others. And I would always try to prove myself as the most intelligent and best disciple in front of my guru. He considered himself different and superior to all the disciples. He used to say that I am a boy from a rich family. If I wanted, I could have lived a comfortable and luxurious life. But I left all that and came here. Because I have to search for the truth, I have to know myself, I have to know life. That is why my sacrifice is greater than yours. One day the guru called all the disciples of the ashram and said, all of you have to take some resolution for the next 1 month. This will strengthen your resolve and will infuse self-power in you. All of you can take any resolution according to your capabilities. And whoever of you breaks his resolution before 1 month should go back to his old routine. All the disciples took small and big resolutions according to their capacity, and after informing the guru about their resolutions, they left from there. But that rogue disciple wanted to show himself to be different and great. So he went straight to the guru's hut and said, I do not want to take any small resolution, but I want to take a big and great resolution like myself. Please tell me what resolution I should take. Hearing this from that rogue disciple, the guru smiled and said, Will you be able to fulfill the vow given by me? Will it be possible for you to fulfill it? No. That is not possible for you. You will not be able to fulfill it. So you find a resolution yourself. The disciple said, No, Gurudev. Whatever resolution you give me, I will definitely fulfill it, you tell me. The guru said, Okay, you will remain silent for the next 1 month and will not utter a single word. This is your resolution. The disciple said, Gurudev, is this even a resolution? I have to remain silent for a month. Please give me a big resolution which is suitable to my ability, and which I may not have any problem in fulfilling. The guru said, First you should fulfill this resolution. The disciple accepted the guru's words. The disciple became silent at that very moment, and turned around and walked out of the hut. He found it easier to remain silent. He somehow managed to pass 1 day. But from the second day onwards, the burden of not speaking started becoming a burden for him. On the 3rd day he started feeling heaviness. And on the 4th day, a strange restlessness started to arise inside him. Because all the disciples of the ashram were talking to each other. He also wanted to present his side in front of them, and wanted to shut them up. But his determination was coming in his way. So he kept making faces and eyes all day long. A few more days passed in this manner, and he fell ill. His head was splitting. He didn't even feel like eating or drinking. He just wanted to speak. He went to the guru and sat in front of him, and wrote it down, and told him, Gurudev, I want to speak but I am unable to breathe without speaking. I am feeling suffocated. I am going crazy from within. What should I do? Should I break my resolve? After reading this, the guru smiled and said that resolutions are meant to be broken, but only the one who fulfills his resolution is able to increase his inner strength. And the one who increases his inner strength, he moves forward on the path of understanding and awareness. Taking the resolution was in your hands, and breaking it is also in your hands. Many of your guru brothers have already broken their resolve and returned to their old routine. If you are not able to do it, you can also break your resolve and return to your old routine. But remember, if you are not able to handle this small resolution today, then how will you be able to handle the rest of your life? I am sure about this, the rest of the decision is completely in your hands. This statement of the guru touched the heart of the disciple. He went back from there without saying anything and locked himself in his hut. He would come out of the hut only for his important work. The rest of the time he would sit inside the hut. 15 days had passed and the resolution of almost all the disciples of the ashram had been broken by now, but the resolution of that talkative disciple was still going on. Since taking the vow, he had not spoken a single word. The entire ashram was surprised at how a person who used to speak so much became silent. After 15 days, he again went to his guru and wrote to him, "O Gurudev, I am silent from outside, but inside me there are many voices, many cries and complaints. I keep talking to myself, my mind keeps asking me all kinds of questions. The more silent I am from outside, the more noisy I am from inside. I am wondering if my resolve is still going on." The Guru said, "Yes. Your resolve is still going on, but as long as these voices of people keep on reaching your ears, your mind will keep speaking. Because it is a habit to speak. You may be silent from outside, but you will keep speaking inside. You will lead you away from these voices." The disciple bows down to the Guru and leaves from there, and leaves his hut and goes towards the forest as soon as it is morning. The time of resolution is also complete, but that disciple does not come back. Everyone was afraid of the ashram, that wild animals may not have eaten it. Meanwhile, there was a lot of effort to find him. But all the gurus were not found anywhere. All the brothers had accepted that wild animals had made him their victims. But the Guru did not think so. One day a disciple of the ashram came to the Guru and said what would have happened to the disciple who went to that forest. Would animals have killed him? The Guru may have said that the animals have made him their victim. But there can also be another reason for his absence. Perhaps he has found what he went. The disciple asked Gurudev, "What is so harmful to speak more?" The Guru said that one of the many sorrows of human life is also that he can never remain silent. Always keeps saying something or the other. Only our speaking creates more than half of our sorrows. Most of the family quarrels are due to our meaningless speech. None of us want to be silent, we just want to hear the front. Whoever is in our mind wants to remove everything and sit in his mind. Want to explain to him that you are wrong and I am right. After all, how far is this conversation? Because the other is also doing the same. And in this way everyone is taking each other's tights. Then over time, they keep the layers of things and keep narrating to each other. In this way, the work of listening and reciting goes on throughout life. But we lose in this understanding. Your time is your life, your understanding, and adopt the most important moments that can go. Kisco can be experienced, in which Anand can be achieved. But what do we get instead of them? Nothing. All is wasted and ruined. What we lost in this crazy pan can only be realized by some people. The rest of the people do not know about their arrival. In the same way, they never know about their departure. The disciple said, "Then what is the solution?" The Guru said with full awareness, "This is the only way to see your thoughts. Of all mental problems, friends, doing your work with full awareness by staying in the present brings miraculous changes in Jindagi." 3 months had passed since the disciple had left the ashram, but there was no news of him. Till now, all the Guru by like this had given up the hope of his return. But one day O disciple returns to the ashram. Everyone was surprised to see him returning. And there was no place for happiness. But now that was not that. The one who went from here came back as something else. A wonderful change could be felt inside him. There was a great stagnation on his face and great peace in his eyes. All Guru brothers came to the ashram, surrounded him from all sides. All Guru brothers started talking to them. He also started talking to his Guru brothers. All the disciples who talked to him experienced him, that he was no longer rash and talkative as before. A word from his mouth was very settled and coming out with sweetness. After talking to the Guru brothers for a while, he went straight towards the Guru. He selected the Guru's charan and said, "Gurudev, am I still silent? Is my resolve still going on?" The Guru looked carefully in the disciple's eyes for some time and said, "Yes, you are still silent. Not a single word is coming out of your mouth. And your resolve is still going on." The disciple said that when I went to Asaram, I was silent with my mouth. But I had a lot of noises. There were many questions in the mind and they were not stopping. So I went deep into the forest, with the hope that I will get peace there, and my mind will be reduced. But as much as I went to solitude, The voice inside me became equally sharp. I began to hear the old voice within me and the old voice. Then I realized how wrong I was doing. When I used to call my family friends and guru brothers bad, at that time I used to think that I was right. When I used to cheat each other with guru brothers, and even when I used to make his majag, I felt that I am better than them, and I am doing it right. But that day I realized how wrong I used to speak. For a long time, these voices kept going inside me. But gradually, one day all these voices ended inside me. And I also believed silent from within. Nobody was going to speed out of that dense forest. And there was no sound left inside. I understood the true meaning of silence for the first time that day. There was a lot of peace around me. However, there was still some sounds coming, which used to come earlier but I could not hear them. But now all the time voice was heard to me in this pace. The sound of wind moving, the sound of birds chirping, the sound of water flowing, the sound of listening to the brothers. I heard all these voices for the first time. I had never felt so much peace around me before. So to dissolve this shanti, I took out a subdivision from my mouth for the first time. I chill, hey God, what is this peace? Why is everything so peace? What happened? But even after my chill, that shanti did not dissolve. Everything was as calm as before, outside and also inside. Hey Gurudev, I talk to my Guru brothers, I talk to you. I am calling, I am walking, I am watching everything, but I am in solitude within myself, in silence. I am in the crowd, even then I am alone from within. Now everything is visible, everything is being heard. The Guru said, as long as we keep speaking outward, there will be peace inside. The day we will be silent inward, then anything came out of our mouth, we will remain calm. All the evils in the world, most of our speaking is produced because we do not want to keep quiet. We expect many more as we need. We do not want to choose the front, rather, he wants to stop speaking. Want to explain it, who am I, want to show him all his strength. It is just the purpose of our life. All our energy continues to be wasted in speaking this vain. The life of such husband and wife is filled with sorrows, that who are always engaged in hearing each other, never want to listen to each other, don't want to understand, and he has never learned to be silent. Because keeping silent makes them feel small. The reason for all the battles of the world is our speaking. We should only speak as much for this, as Esari, being speeding in vain is to destroy energy, and this is never to speak to us in our inner and return. Because it keeps us out of the outside. And what is outside apart from this world? But if you have to turn your inner world, so this mouth should be kept closed. Therefore, all the Buddha, surprised, all of them ran away and ran, so that they do not have to spend act too much, don't have to hear much, he stayed in solitude and remained calm. Therefore, I was able to travel in the inner easy. But if anyone wants, he can live in solitude even in this world, can remain calm, but for this they have to save their energy, who he was still wasting in his vain words. Friends, this is the learning of this story, that waste speaking is to destroy energy, and this is not letting us to spend, because it keeps us outwards, and that's who have to travel inner, they should keep their mouth closed. I hope that you must have liked this story and get to learn a lot. Friends, thank you very much for listening to the story. Thank you in the second story.